Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Nurfarah Nabilah and you can call me Bella. I believe that all the panels here, which are Puan Siti, Puan Roswati, Puan Sarah and Puan Jalila, are watching my video right now. First of all, I hope that everyone is doing well at home and stay safe during this MCO. So this morning, I am going to present my pre-assessment presentation, which consists of my learning insight and how I am going to critically assess an impactful business area. Moving on. So this is the list of what I am going to talk about later. So basically, I will talk about an introduction of learning insight, which is I'm going to explain a little bit what is learning insight is all about, and I will explain the process of my learning insight and how I critically assess an impactful business area. Moving on. So this is the introduction part. So from my point of view, this learning insight is the type of learning or problem solving that happens all of a sudden through understanding the relationship of various parts. So as for me, I can relate it with my 1 year working experience with Prasarana, where I am able to understand the business process, the whole business process. So as the process, it depends on learning situation, efforts and repetition in completing the task. From my point of view, each individual has an insight in learning when he or she is able to understand a situation as a whole. Okay, so moving on. This is the learning insight process, where I have divided the process into phases. So I'm going to start with the first phase, which is one finding. So at this phase, this is where I started my job at Prasarana Misi Berhad, and this is where my vision is to get the permanent job as well as achieving my goals. So for the next phase, which is the challenges. So for the challenges, I started to establish a knowledge by doing self-study, attending organizational training, and as well as completing the on-job training. So in the challenge phase, where I started to establish a knowledge when I was doing on-job training during my attachment at HCD under talent management department. So during an explorate, I managed to do a self-study to got to know more on human resource sector by asking a lot, by seeking an information from my mentor, Encik Tomin, as well as my colleague, in order to complete the job given. I also gained a lot of knowledges and able to enhance my skills by attending organizational training provided by Prasarana. So by attending the program, I had used the materials and knowledge given to complete my assignment as well as the project. So for me, it does helps a lot in improving myself to become the better version of me in the future. So the next phase, which is descending crisis, where I believe that all of us may face some crisis that can bring us down for a while. So as for me, during Explorate, I had to work on individual project given by HCD, which is to propose employee training passport in order to monitor all the staff training record, as well as act as a reference for the staff. So in order to complete the project, I had to do a lot of research and discussion with my supervisor, Puan Sarah, at that time, as well as doing discussion with all the staff, because this thing is a new things to be implemented in the company. Hence, by getting the information, I managed to create the component that the staff really needed. So I also got involved in a group project, which is quite difficult to manage. As for me, working in a group sometimes can be difficult, and there was sometimes I had to face a misunderstanding with my teammate, and it also made me demotivated and pressure at the same time, because I also needed to plan on time management, as we are on the rotation currently. And as for the worst, as we all know that we are currently under MCO, so and for me this has put a lot of pressure in completing the project, because we need to meet the project deadline, as well as adjusting myself in the current environment. So for despite all the ups and downs, I am starting to empower professional self-development in at the discovery phase, where I discovered my strengths and weaknesses and relate them with my current goals. So by doing SWOT analysis, it helps in identifying my strengths and weaknesses together with the opportunities and threats. So for example, I just discovered one of my strength is I am good at multitasking, but need to improve a lot in communication skills. Other than that, in order to become a good leader, I find that I must develop leadership skills by improving my communication skills, creativity, as well as my critical thinking style. So these are the main components that help myself to be an effective leader. So throughout this year, this Speed 6.0 program does really helps myself to take on more responsibilities, because I believe that the more I handle, the more I can grow. By joining this program, I am stepping out of my comfort zone. So for the last phase, which is the lesson, where overall my work experience at Prasarana Malaysia Berhad is positive. I was very happy with the amount of things that I have learned and experienced throughout this year. So there are several things that I want to highlight. Firstly is I have created valuable networking with all the staff during the in phase, where I have been rotating to all the 8 core divisions. I was fortunate enough that I have been knowing so many good people that really helps me with my rotation, and to be honest, up until now, I still meet them up and outside for an informal meeting. So other than that, I am able to know the whole business operation. So with that, I am able to identify problems and make improvements for the company. I believe that constant learning is really important in becoming a good leader, as we need to keep our mind sharp and skills fresh. Okay, moving on. So I would like to choose rapid bus for me to critically assess an impactful business area. So as you can see, I have used Ishikawa fishbone diagram in order to help me to identify the cause and effect of the problem. So right now, I would like to focus on the issue of difficulties in increasing revenue of rapid bus. So why I choose this topic, because during my rotation at rapid bus, I always heard that they have difficulties in increasing the revenue due to several reasons. Hence, I created this diagram based on my observation and research that I have done at Rapid Bus before. So as we can see, the bones represents the causes, while the head represents the effect. So, in my opinion, in terms of services, the customers might have changes of preference where they decide to use other bus operators, since our bus sometimes can be late, and due to the late, the customer are unable to reach destination on time, hence why they choose to use train instead of bus. In terms of environment, we all familiar that our road condition can have a bad traffic jam sometimes, especially at peak hours. So customer might choose to ride their personal vehicle rather than use the public transport to reach the office on time without worrying being late. On. So next, I would like to focus on machine and equipment. So when I was at Rapid Bus, I always see that they have frequent bus damage that leads to low availability of bus and hence affect the bus punctuality. So for the next point is other reason that contribute to the lack of revenue is availability of bus material. So during my rotation at bus engineering, I found that they have faced difficulties in getting the spare parts, and sometimes they have to wait for months in order to get the spare. So in my opinion, bus procurement should shorten the ordering process, and maybe they can establish a new SOP for critical situation to ensure the continuous of bus availability on the road. Now I would like to focus on management side. So I believe that everyone knows that we are not having enough bus captain due to high turnover rate. So when I was in Rapid Bus, I met a few bus captain before and asked them regarding this issue, and I can conclude that the reason why we could not retain them because due to lack of allowances provided as well as lower paid given. So as for the lack of training, I think that they also need valuable and good training program, as they are frontliners that need to serve the customer in a proper way. I also find that our bus captain has lack of motivation sometimes. Hence, I suggested for the management to have service award as to appreciate our bus captain that have been working more than 5 years with Rapid Bus. I believe that a little token appreciation may increase their motivation to work with company. Okay, in terms of politics side, Rapid Bus needs to pay more for the insurance and fuel costs. And I believe that both costs are expensive, and it can be wasted if the bus did not get a good sales on that day, but still have to pay for the cost. So yeah. Another reason that contribute to the difficulties in increasing revenue for Rapid Bus is that they have difficulties to renew the road tax with Puspacom due to the long process. Okay, so I end my presentation with the quotes: learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, knowledge makes you great. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you are having a good day.